in the building.
Gotta take that out. Elon Musk is a hater. What's going on, man? You already know it's your boy, DJ Energetic, and I'm here with the sick lyricist. Go ahead, Damager.
Yes, the sick lyrical damage. I am a lyricist, though.
Where you reside?
New York City, BX, the Bronx, stand up. Original. Original.
Ooh. See,
Oh,
this is what I like, okay? Because you guys created every style that you guys hear now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anybody says. Anybody tries to play down south, West Coast, you got the style from New York.
Sure, they know, and we love everybody, but they know, they respect it.
No, they love us. We go down south, we go to the West Coast, they love us.
And they know.
So let me. I'm very intrigued about your journey. So when did you start rapping? What year?
Man, probably like 88. Just started rapping, just putting, words on paper. To be honest with you, AG from Showbiz and AG, he was rapping. He had battled Lord Finesse, and when I seen him, I was like, the way people were coming up to him and giving him daps, and I was like, yo, what happened? He was like, nah, I was doing this. I had a battle with Lord Finesse, and I rap in this. I was like, well, I didn't even know. I was like, word. I was like, that's crazy. And he played this beat, and he was like, when I heard the beat, I was like, yo, I can make a song to this beat. I can write. Shit, I'm good at writing. He was like, come on, stop playing. I said, I'm gonna write something to this. I wrote something to it, brought it back to him. He was like, yo, this is dope. Yo, we should do a record.
You had Showbiz quiet.
Yo, he said, yo, we should like record. And then me and AG became partners.
Wow,
and
AG.
Yeah, we put together a couple of projects, and then Lord Finesse got his deal, and he came back for AG because they had their battle, so they respected each other. And when I seen Lord Finesse, I said, Lord Finesse told me to tell AG, and then he got with him. And the next thing you know, they started doing records together. Then I started doing my own thing with Shazam X. And we put out the first song ever in 94, which was on the same label Jay-Z was on at the time, which is Freeze.
Yeah, people don't even know that. You know what I mean? People don't even know that about Jay-Z. That's crazy. So you around? Did you ever see Big L?
That's my guy, man. It's crazy. Before I was in Big L's first video, MVP, and it was me, Percy P, Big, Lord Finesse. Everybody was there. We had a big cipher outside the before we shot the video. Big L's my guy. Herb McGruff, all them guys.
You said you had a big fight?
No, we was outside a big cipher.
Oh, big cipher. Yeah. What? I would love to hear El Figure. I saw him one time and I was a baby. And I saw him burn everyone.
Listen, it was crazy. We outside rapping. Big, me, Big L, Purse, AG, everybody out there. And they broke into Big's car and stole his phone. He had one of those mobile phones. And they
Big boys.
It was crazy though. It was a great day. So, once and then it's crazy. Before Big L died, God bless, I seen him on 145th, and we were just riding. I was riding through, and I seen him. He was like, "Yo, man, I got my own label now, and we're supposed to do a song together." He kept telling me like we need to do a song together, and I kept procrastinating on thinking time is there, and that's why you can't do that. You never know when you're gonna be here and when you're not. So you always got to do everything. It taught me a valuable lesson. Just always be on time. Just do it. Don't wait. And
that's insane. So have you ever been around Fat Joe in any of them?
Yeah, Fat Joe. It's crazy because I sent Fat Joe one of my joints on Instagram, and he heard it and he hit me back and he was like, "Yo, this shit is fire. We need to try to make something happen." And that was during the pandemic. And then at that time it was a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, Diamond D, he did tracks for me. Buck is my man. Of course, Finesse. Whole digging in the crates. Everybody.
Yes. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, all of them guys, man. They all know me. Everybody know. You know what I'm saying? We all grew up together. We all was in the lived in me and AG from Patterson Projects and Percy P from Patterson Projects. So me and Showbiz went to school together. So, it's a family affair there.
That's so crazy because it's so crazy. The way I'm thinking about it is just think about like the old times, like literally going in there and really ciphering. Like
Oh, man.
the respect. These kids don't know about that. That's why I tell them you don't know about real hip hop. So don't try it because years ago you would not even be on that stage because you would have to battle in that safe, win that safe, make sure everybody thinks you're authentic, and then get up on that stage.
Nah, it was back then. It was you had to be stamped. You had to be and trust me, they let you know you wasn't nice. They'll let you know quickly.
Boo! Get him off the stage.
Nice to run in them circles.
Where?
I said them circles of MCs and Big L's and Finesses and Percy P's and Big and all of them. You had to be nice. You couldn't. There's no games. Couldn't.
So you was signed to Freeze?
Yeah. Shazam X. That's my producer. One of my producers. He had an EP deal with them, right? And he had this group Chaotic Styles from Brooklyn that he put on there, and then he came to me at the time. Percy P hooked me up with him, and he heard me rap. He said, "Yo, I got this EP deal. I want us to do a song together. We're gonna put it on this my EP." And he winds up putting it on the EP, and it, like one of the. And then next thing you know, the Freeze is offering me to do some EPs. Then I had this manager at the time who went in there and did some shiesty stuff and jammed up the deal, and I never knew what he did. So after that didn't go through, I started putting up, me and Shazam started putting our own stuff out, and things started moving from there. And then after that, I had a deal. I had a deal with Roy Jones Jr. I did a show with Big Tigger and Roy Jones, and he loved me, and he was gonna fly me out to Florida. And the hating game, and when they know you nice, people don't want you to run with the right dude, so they block you. So his people's blocked me from that deal, and then the Heat Makers, they heard my album with Slick Rick, and they came up to New York to do some stuff with me. They wanted me to do joints with Ludacris and T.I. That didn't work out. So it was like a lot of things that I don't know how God worked it, but a lot of things went that way.
I'm sorry, I don't even cut you off. Slick Rick, you did an album?
Yeah, so it's all good. But now we here, man. We got the new single, and we trying to keep things moving.
Wait, that was a lot of info.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello, hello? Can you hear me now?
You can hear me good?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, man. Okay, it blinked. Something blinked out on your side.
And there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Go.
You hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah.
Wow, that is just cut off. For some reason, I don't know why I can't hear you.
See, check and see maybe if the thing is off.
Okay.
That was crazy. You said Slick Rick, and I was like, I said, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Nope. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly.
Something happened.
Did you hear that? Let me check.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's wow. Can you hear me now?
I hear you perfectly.
Still can't hear me.
Come back on. I'm gonna shut this off. Come back on.
That's crazy. We're having some technical difficulties, everybody. We're trying to get that resolved right now. DJ Energetic and the Sick Lyrical Damager. Hopefully we get this resolved in the next couple of seconds. I don't know why or what happened. Hitting the video, it's showing me.
Can you hear me?
Hitting the mic, and it says everything is on, but we ain't getting no vocal. We're not hearing anything. So, which is
I'm gonna
weird.
shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down real quick, and then we're gonna get right back to it.
Want me to try to come back in? I go out and come back in.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, man, he got a lot of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff. He said, Ludacris, Slick Rick, Lord Finesse, Big L. Like, what? Like, ladies and gentlemen, listening to this right now. And chill, I know you're watching this. It's always a pleasure to have.
Yes,
You hear
sir.
me now? You hear me now, right?
We back. That was okay. I don't know. Technical difficulties live. You know,
It's all good. Listen, it's all good. I was actually telling the listeners, I was like, dude, you did an album with Slick. You said Slick Rick?
well, when they was out, my boy was out in Florida, and he was playing my album for Slick Rick and the Hitmakers, and Slick Rick was there, and he was like, "Yo, the album is dope." And they was coming up to New York, and they wanted to meet me, so they gave me a call. I was in Puerto Rico, and they gave me a call, and he said, "Yo, they want to meet you. They coming up, da da da." Everything was set up to work out, and it's crazy that when they came, they was like, "Come to the studio," and then next thing you know, they had an emergency, or an artist, I think it was a Ludacris or one of the artists they had to do something with, so they was like, "Yo, we're gonna get you the next day." Then the next day came. It happened like 3 times where they said they was gonna, we supposed to go to the studio, and it wind up didn't happen within those 3 days. So the one of the guys who was the connection between us, they hit him up and said, "Hey, yo, we need him to come to the studio tonight." He was in Pennsylvania, and he was looking at it like, "Okay, well, we'll do it tomorrow. Can we do it another day?" And they was like, "Well, we really want to get him now." He was like, "Well, I'm out here. I'll let him know." And it wound up being a situation where I guess they looked at it like I wasn't available when they wanted me to be available. But
I had that happen before.
yeah,
I
and so
definitely know.
yeah, so that kind of like threw it off a little bit, But I seen Slick Rick on the highway. It's crazy. It's bananas stories. There's so many stories in hip hop.
I
But I
want to
seen
hear this.
the highway, and we told him, I was like, "Yo, it's Lazy Eye," because at the time he knew me by Lazy Eye. I was like, "Yo, it's Lazy Eye," and he was like, "Oh, what's going on, Cal?" I said, "You just heard my album." He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And we're gonna go. You're gonna meet us at the studio. It was bananas. So I think the way that my career has went is it's been a weird career, but I'm just happy to be here now.
And you said you were in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I was in Puerto Rico. I was out there with my daughter's mother, and we was on vacation. And that's when I got the call from my boy who was in Florida with them and letting them hear the album. And they hit me up and let me know that they coming through New York and we need to meet up.
That's dope. No,
And
that whole story is amazing. And you
yeah,
know what? It's so ill because I don't get to really speak to a lot of people that should be getting their props in music because it's honestly an honor to actually have you on here because I love meeting the OGs in the
yes.
game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I
You could,
appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Like you as a young cat, if it wasn't for the OGs, we wouldn't be here. That's
nah,
what the young guys don't appreciate.
right, because like I said, they didn't put the work in that we had. They didn't go through they put the work in. I won't say they didn't put in the work, but they didn't go through the process like we had to go through.
Not at all. They got it easy. They had
Right.
it.
You
Click,
don't,
click, 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 click button. That was it.
yep. It's the process. And when you go through that process of have to earn your respect, have to earn to get to a certain level, you appreciate it more. When you just get it, or it's just easy
Given to you.
to
Like
get, you don't really appreciate it like we did back in the days. But they're trying to do their thing, and I don't knock any. If you can get
no, it's all respect to them. But the
right,
thing is, what we're just breaking it down right now is that there was a different channel back then.
much
You
of
know what
it,
I'm saying? There was a different channel and there was a different type of ball field. It was, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of game.
different type of game, man. And then when I got to it's crazy because I did the show in the Bronx at this school, and Roy Jones was the guest speaker. It was the mayor, the assistant mayor, and Big Tigger. And I performed. And as soon as I finished performing, Roy Jones came to me, hugged me, and said, "Yo, are you signed to anybody?" And I'm looking at Roy Jones. This is when he was about to fight Ruiz.
Oh my
He's
God.
undefeated, the best boxer in the world. I'm in shock just looking at him. I'm stunned. He hugs me, take me to the side, and go, Are you signed?" I was like, "No, I'm not signed." He said, "Yes, you are. You signed to me.
Oh.
I want you to come out to Florida. Here's my man. He's gonna take care of you. He's gonna fly you out. Once I finish with the fight, We already got your album done. We're gonna work. We're gonna put you to work. I love your stuff. And I called the dude, and the dude was like 3 times, and he kept saying Roy is not available. I said, well, he told me to call. And then he goes, the last time I called, he said, yo, let me just be real with you. Roy got 10 acts signed, and we're not gonna let some kid from New York skip the line and just come jump in and think he's gonna take over. It's not happening. And they blocked me. Never let me speak to him again.
Have you ever seen him?
Never. I haven't seen Roy Jones since that day. I hit him up, but Roy does a lot of stuff, so he has people who handle his day to day.
Absolutely, an
assistants, and that guy was the connection. He would not let me get through that barrier.
What a hater, man. He was like, well, Roy, he's really not interested, he said.
Yeah.
You ever gone to any of the labels? Oh man, cut out again. Can you hear me again?
Have a what?
You ever gone to any of the labels, right? Like, you definitely done this back in the day, because when I had to run through labels when I was younger, there was always. Are you there?
Let me see.
You hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
This is why I like. This is. Oh man.
No, yeah. Keep talking. I hear you.
Okay.
I'm just doing. Yeah,
okay. This is why I like the distribution with Chill and all that. Maverick Global Distribution is because even with the rollout, you have control of your process in music. Years ago when we did it, we had a hope that man that was an A&R would go see his VP, from his VP to his president, to go get stamped and everything written out saying that it approves.
Right.
That's all we're saying, ladies. No, because we got young guys saying you guys hate. No, we're explaining to you right now that our process was a little different than your process.
Right. Just a different process. Not that y'all don't work as hard as we do, just a different process. We went through it. Hip hop was a little younger then, and it wasn't as global as it is now. So to get to a certain level, to put a record on a major label at that time wasn't easy. You had to really they were picking, it was slim pickings. So you had to be represented lyrically. You had to earn it that way. And then once you got in, you can make all the records you want. You can make party records, you can make club records, you can make, story hit records, lyrical, whatever you wanted to do. But to get in, you had to earn it a certain way. You had to be lyrical. They was not letting you in if you wasn't lyrical. And that's just the way, especially if you was from New York. Now, if you from other states, it was different. But New York, you had to be lyrical.
Yeah. New York, it's not fair. I still feel like it wasn't fair for us.
Listen, they treated us like, yo, y'all gotta work 10 times harder.
Yeah, y'all originated the game. Don't be giving us none of that.
Don't give us that. We don't want nothing watered down. No. You have to do it this way. But everybody else is making money doing those songs.
No, that's not your area. That's not what you're doing. That's what they're doing.
And it's all jokes aside, it's still kind of like that, because
it is.
A lot of times they be like, oh, you from New York. So as soon as they say you from New York, you have to be a certain way. No, you can be an artist, just do different songs, different music, different things. But definitely if you came from New York, you grew up here, especially in the time that I came up, you went through the workout.
Exactly, but you had to have a concept. You had to have a different flow. You couldn't sound the same.
No, it was against the law. Like, you would literally go to jail, literally go to hip hop jail. People would step into you like, yo,
biter.
You sound like, don't be taking my style. So you couldn't do it. So you had to be different. You had to develop your own identity. And that was it. No following nobody. You couldn't do it.
Different concepts.
Yeah.
Different way to write. Different structures.
It's a ball game out here, man. And you had to be a ball player.
So was a lot of people like you when you first started, right? Would you basically when you went through the process, right? Was it kind of like different than any other thing that you ever done, like in hip hop? Like,
yeah. Listen, it's crazy. Like I said, I just looked at it like I can write. I always was a person that could write, even though I don't write my rhymes. I never wrote on paper. I always wrote them in my head, like Jay-Z and all of them guys. Just talk about you hit Lil Wayne, everybody. I always had that process. Because I was working, I didn't have the opportunity to sit down and write. I was working and writing rhymes at the same time I'm at my job. So I developed a technique where I had to do it in my head. So
You
even
know what? That made you so nasty when it
yeah,
came to freestyle. Well,
yeah,
when it came to off the top, because everybody got like misconstrued what freestyle really was.
was right. You just made it up as you went. It wasn't written. It wasn't decided before you did it. You just did it, and it came out. So I always had that ability to just take a song, write the whole song in my head, repeat it in my head 10,000 times, and then go on and do another song.
Same
And
here. That's why. That's what makes you one of the best ever.
yeah, man, that's why I try. Thank you. I appreciate that, my brother. That's why I just, developed that technique. Like, and see, these are the things that now artists are doing. Like I said, Lil Wayne came, Jay-Z, and I'm not saying they didn't have these processes. I'm just saying when they came out with it. Like, for give you an example, I did a song called God Said on my album 2007. It's called The Focus. It's on Apple Music. And when I did that song, I went to radio to promote it, and radio said, "Nah, we're not gonna do that because you saying God in it." But I said, no, it's a song that's saying that how God told me to do what I'm doing, and it's a positive song, but it's not a gospel record. It's a hip hop record. They're like, nah, we don't play that. We don't do it. And then next, Kanye comes out with Jesus Walks, and he opened that door. I was a little early knocking on it, and he pushed it open.
So like 1997, 1998, stuff like
No,
that.
this was in the 2000s. Whenever Jesus Walk came out, I did my song. My album came out in 2007. I wrote the song in like 2005.
Okay. And
And
Jesus came out and walked 2006. Yeah.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I was promoting on the radio in 2005, and they wouldn't play it.
Oh,
And
absolutely not.
they
At
wouldn't.
that time, absolutely not. Look
And
at L. Look at Big L. What he wrote.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
Devil's Son.
Oh yeah, Devil's Son. He was That's why he got a lot of flack, from his label. They let him a mutual agreement to leave because they wasn't supporting him like he felt he should have been supported. So he started his own. You know what I'm saying? Once he got
Flamboyant.
credibility from Jay and everybody in the industry. So why now I don't need y'all now.
Now he was the MVP record should have been his number one hit.
Listen to me. I'm in the video. It's crazy. We all in the video, all of us.
Wait, you in the pool table?
No, that's I'm on the dance floor chilling because when
It's
I'm in
yeah.
the video, I'm right in the dance floor dancing with Shorty. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, that's the first day I met Big Al at his video shoot. And Percy P, the rhyme inspector, Percy P, he took me over there. And he was like, yo, I'm going to introduce you to my man, Big Al. Da, da, da. He knew him. So he introduced me to a bunch of those artists because he knew I was nice. And he was like, yo, I'm going to introduce you to them. And then we had ciphers that you had to earn it. Yo, he nice? If you got cosign,
Nah, he said straight up. He said, let's go.
let's go. Let's see what you got. And if you pass that test, that bar, you get over it. Now you cool. They cool with you. You in the circle.
Oh, absolutely. You had to show them that why am I chilling? But I still try to do that, like with the young cats and stuff like that. I don't let them go and slide. I go, yo, no phone, nothing. If you're nasty, do it right now on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Because that's how you know real talent. If he could go like and you're like, damn. From somebody else going, hey, I'm gonna take in the people who nah, man. I'm like, go that way.
Feel you, man. Like, trust me, as I say that the guards of hip hop, they had to let their guards down because you got to let something grow, right? But just because something is growing, don't mean you can't appreciate how it started to grow.
Exactly, but that's what we're missing. The gap.
The young cats get upset at the old cats, and the old cats get upset at. Here, we're all in the same game. We're all here for the growth of it. We can learn from each other. The new cats are more, technology savvy, social media savvy. You know what I'm saying? And we're more, artist development savvy and business, mental business fortitude. We
Physical. We're more physical than digital.
yeah. So we if we come together and help each other, this game will just keep growing as it's been doing. But it's all about us getting our recognition, and our money. We want both. We don't just want to be recognized. We want also to be, you know, have that money as the stamp too, because you're doing this and people are enjoying your music and you're selling millions of records, a lot of artists, and they never got their money.
Have you ever was in front of Jay-Z or only L?
No, never in front of Jay-Z, but here's the funny part: never right in front of him. This girl, she used to get the talent for Summer Jam, and she's heard me rap, and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take you to Sylvia Rome and at Electra Records." So
Yep.
I called her and said, "I got an artist." She the one who gave me the name Lazy Eye. She said, "I got an artist named Lazy Eye that's nice." Jermaine Dupri, Jay-Z. She told all of them, like, "Yo, I got this artist. We're putting this project together now." Da 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 da. But I seen him, but I never was in front of him. Like, but she put my name in front of them by telling them. And even when we was on the same label, Freeze, at the same time, I didn't know him, but I knew of him, but I didn't know him.
Oh, absolutely. Not everyone knew each other on the labels, man.
Yeah, not everybody knew. It's the weirdest thing. People think just because you're on the same label, y'all like at the same time, y'all know each other. No.
It's being like a private contractor. Like
Yeah.
you don't know any, like, you know what I'm saying? This is your booth right here. He's all the way down there. You might be in the same building, but you guys ain't neighbors.
There you go. And that's how it was. So, I have a lot of respect for Jay, because Jay, and people don't understand that Jay wanted to be signed to a label. They did everything in their power to get signed to a label. It just didn't happen that way. God had a different plan for them. So they were forced to put it out themselves. So a lot of people think, they just came in the game and they said, "Yo, we're gonna be independent, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that." No, they didn't want to do none of that stuff. Listen to this story. See, they all talk about it, from Dame Dash to Jay. They talk about how they did it. And then when that happened to me, I didn't want to do independent, but I saw what Jay and them did, and I said to myself, if Jay, I'll put my own stuff out now. I've been putting my own stuff out since '98.
You're very smart because you built your own machine.
Yeah, since '98, I've been putting my own stuff out. And I said to myself, I took a little break because, like, the industry is tough. It's mentally stressful, draining. It will have you ready to just, like, I'm not doing nothing. And I haven't sold millions of records. I'm artists who sold millions of records. Can you imagine? So, but it's the same for every artist that's been in this industry. It's very tough to make it. And there's so many haters and people who will lie to you and deceive you.
Oh my God.
It's so crazy. Like, you'll be sitting here like,
I gotta give a cheer for that.
Yeah, why?
That's how the industry is to me, right?
There you go.
And this is what I gotta get to you for saying that. And the reason why I'm gonna give you your cheers right now is because you're basically explaining to everybody who's listening right now that you were put into an independent route. A lot of people don't really want to be in the independent route back in them days. Hello? And we're out again.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, cool. You can hear me?
Yeah, that was people calling.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So what I was saying is, when you went to the independent route, what made it a lot different than having a major behind you? Because Freeze Records, what were they signed to? What were they distributed by?
They had a distribution deal with Priority.
Okay.
So it was Freeze Priority when they did certain artists, but Freeze was a label too, but they distribution went through Priority.
Priority, okay. Priority is a big boy back then.
Yeah, big boy. But they was at that time, Priority was just giving out label distribution deals.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, that's where Master P was at first when he did No Limit.
Yeah.
It was priority because they gave out at that time. They was giving out 80-20 deals. Like they didn't want to. They said you can use our machine, but y'all got to spend your own money. And that's how Master P. That's why they don't have them deals no more. Master P had that deal. He was pushing albums out left every month. He was going gold and platinum with albums. And after that, once the labels see they made a mistake, it's like a company giving you some type of back end money and something in the beginning, and then it turns into millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. Now they saying we don't have to do that no more. We don't
No,
want to
because
do
they
that.
weren't making money off of it.
Yeah, they wasn't making money. So at that time, they was giving out deals where they just wanted the money coming. Once the money came in, they said, we didn't got to give out these deals no more. So Master P was like one of the last ones to give it. Even Jay-Z and them had a 50-50 deal with Def Jam. But Master P had an 80-20 deal.
That's
That was
ridiculous. Back in that time?
Yeah, back in that, it was ridiculous. And he was putting out, they couldn't understand it. He was putting out albums. It was no promotion. He was just throwing them out and using one gold album to promote another one.
Genius.
Genius guy. People forget about Master P because you got Bad Boy, you got Rockefeller, you got So Def and Death Row and all these other labels, but Master P, and you got of course Cash Money. But Master P is definitely one of those guys. He's in that top mogul hip hop originator.
Now, you're from that time. You ever bump into Tupac? You ever bump into Biggie?
Yeah, yes. I met Tupac and Def Jeff. It's crazy. They came to the Bronx, to Tremont Avenue. Me and Percy P was going to meet Shazam X. I was going to meet Shazam X for the first time, and we went to this. They were doing a show there, and Def Jeff and Tupac was right there. It's crazy. It's bananas. Def Jeff and Tupac. I never forget that because they was in the Bronx.
That's nuts. And you
Yeah.
ever have a conversation with him? Or you just met him and just
Yeah, we just met like, yo, this hey man, nice to meet you. He was a good dude. Period. Tupac was a good dude. I'm all that other stuff that people talk about, that.
But that's entertainment. I believe that's an entertainment thing that media showed. You know what I'm saying?
Good dude. But when that stuff happened to him, like that can turn anybody into a certain type of vibe.
Oh, absolutely. Your comfort zone where you're born at, and you think people are your friends and stuff. Now you have all this money backing you. Of course, it's gonna make you nuts.
And let me tell you one thing that I didn't know. This because when I did the joint with Freeze, and it was called Scary Thoughts, and they put it out. Now I'm in New York. New York don't play artists from New York at this time unless you was on Def Jam or some big giant label.
Okay, Hot 97.
My joint is playing in all the other places. You getting love in Chicago and Arizona and LA, and they're playing your record, but you don't know it's being played. You don't have no statistics, nothing to look at back then to tell you what's being played. The record label knows what's getting played, but you don't know. Like now, you know what your record's playing everywhere because it's the digital. But back then, so I did an interview with Exhibit.
Okay.
On .3 College Radio and City College in New York, and he had one song out, and I heard the song, but I didn't know who did it. But then they was like, "Yo, that's okay." I was like, "Okay, boom." So we sitting down together and we doing the interview. They interview him and then me. So they play my song, and he go, "Yo, man, they play that's my song. They play it in LA all the time." And I was like, "That's me." He like, "What? That's you?" Like I didn't even know my song was playing in LA. That's how bad it was.
No, I feel. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's still kind of that way because New York, for some reason, I'm gonna say this again. Some reason doesn't give their artists love, but we be hearing our stuff in different states and we be like walking around like celebrities.
That's crazy. Like right now, my new single, She Be Freaking, it's the number 3 most added song to college radio in the north region. Most added. I just got the thing. He sent it to me. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And that was just from it just started being promoted about 2 weeks ago.
How'd you come up with that concept?
My producer, this kid named Firetune, Jimmy Fingers, aka Jimmy Fingers, he did the beat, right? and I'm gonna make you laugh. He did the beat, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put this up on Instagram, so people can hear the beat." I said, "No, you're not putting that up there. No way in the world." He's like, "What you talking about?" I was like, "I want to write something to that." He's like, "Yo, you sure?" I said, "I'm gonna do something to that." And next, because it had that, he played the Lauryn Hill string, and he played it over, and he played the what's the name, Adina Howard string. And when I strings, that's when I was like, I need a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, a freak in the daytime, a freak on the weekend. I was like, okay, now then from there, I was like, I'm gonna make this about when I used to go to the clubs, and those girls. We all been to the clubs where those same girls come every week with their girlfriends. They always got that one girl who drinks too much, and they call her pee-pee because she's always going to the bathroom. And they go after the guys who got that, who got that status. Don't mean money. It just mean they popping bottles, or they've been doing their thing in the hood, or on the industry, and they do their thing. They be freaking up in the clubs. So
Yep, they be sitting here in this section right here.
Yep.
One girl over there, and then you, because you quiet like I am, be sitting right here watching it all.
I used to see it, and they used to. I'm sitting there like, I said, you know what? I'm gonna write something. When I used to go to the clubs, what the girls used to do, my personal experience. So that song is definitely about personal experiences.
No, congratulations too, man. Straight up, congratulations. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, North Regions College Radios. He's killing it right now.
Yep, most added. Number 3, most added, man. For real. That surprised me in the sense that it happened so fast. You got a good record. You have, but I know from experience, a good record don't mean nothing if you don't get it to the people.
No promotion, nothing.
You don't get it to the people. So to be added to the stations is the radio, and to be added to the number 15, added to the DJs and their download. That means they liking it, and if they like it, they're gonna play it for everybody else. And
one DJ can hit about 1,000 people.
There you go. That's the difference. You would love one person to say, I like your song, but that one person, if you rather him be a DJ first and then let the DJ get it to the other, his peoples.
One DJ, like I was telling everybody, they go, DJ Energetic. I'm like, what up? They're like, what's the difference between a DJ and a regular person? I said, a DJ can get it to 1,000 people.
Yep. Just like this interview. What by doing even more, something I couldn't even do myself because I'm not a DJ. So I give DJs all the props.
We give the MCs all the props.
And that's how it used to be. Remember, DJ and MC work together like a team.
Still, no, it's not the same. I'm not gonna lie to you, because years ago, now it's just push a button and it's you don't even hear that. DJ, cut it. You don't hear that no more.
Nah, man. So right now, we got this. Like I said, we got the single. It should be out in 2 weeks, all streaming platforms. And I got Fire Tune. That's Jim, aka Jimmy Fingers. I got Baby Paul. I did a joint with him. I did 2 joints with Baby Paul. Much love to him. I'm getting a joint with Demo Wet. He did You Can Hate Me Now for Nas. Capone.
You can hate me now, but I won't stop now.
He did joints for everybody, man. And Shazam X, of course, that's my, day one. And we're just putting together a beautiful project. But like I said, we promoting the single now, and it's picking up steam. DJs are feeling it. It's a club banger, and at the same time, it still got that wordplay.
Hey man, at the end of the day, brother, I'm gonna be spinning it. So I got them stations. I'll be spinning it.
Appreciate you, my bro.
Hey man, I appreciate everything that you've done. Even, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give you flowers on here. Just being a part of the culture, in front of the culture, man, it means a lot, because people who are younger don't realize how much that really means because you weren't a part of it. Certain other people weren't a part of it. That wasn't part of it. The hip hop culture wouldn't be staying on the way it is now, or as strong as it is now.
That's right. That's why I like you said, I give props to even like you said, the newer artists because they're keeping it going, right? And even though I'm still keeping it going, they're keeping it going too. So we all gotta be thankful for each other. We gotta stop looking down on each other and stop feeling one of us is better than the other. No, we're better collectively together
We're
than we
as a
are.
unit.
Yes, we got to be that unit. And if that when that happens, it's still, of course, there's still gonna be those beefs and still gonna be those.
It's competition, no.
But it's different now. See, the competition is totally different now. It's done turned into more of hate competition than it was just I want to be. Biggie and Jay-Z were best friends, and when they did a record together, they
Brooklyn.
heard each other's versions like, "Yo, let's go. I'm gonna make my verse way better than that." Yeah. And they were best friends. We can still do that and still be friends. Why we gotta be enemies?
I
Because we
call it
have
lyrical sparring.
that's it. Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly. Lyrical sparring, and it makes you better.
It makes you better. It forces you to be better.
You know
Period.
what it is though? It's just that mindset. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just for some reason, man. I don't know why, or any which way that they feel like they have to act a certain way when they're just expressing art. Never understood that. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, when you battle, right? And even
Mhm.
if you lose, I tell everybody, even if you lose the battle, you got better.
You got better.
You know who said the best thing I ever? Jay-Z said one of the best things I ever heard. He said, even when I lost against Ether, even against Nas, but I got strong after Ether. Wow. Remember that? On the
Yep.
remix to Ballin'?
Yep. And Drake is gonna like same thing with people feel like Kendrick Lamar won the battle, which is I'll say he definitely was the had the stronger record and he did his thing. But underdogs always seem, tend to win these things. Like Nas was the underdog. Nobody thought Nas was everybody thought Nas was like, nah, he can't do it. Jay's too big. Oh, Drake, Kendrick can't really hit Drake like that because he's too big. No, but guess what? It's a beautiful thing for both of them because at the end of the day, Drake is not gonna lose because he's too good at what he do. Just like Jay-Z, when you're that talented, you're not going to lose even when you lost. That's it.
No, I agree on that. But with him, though, he kind of tilted a little. I think that the thing about the battle with him and Kendrick was kind of like a disrespect because that's like his little brother. He brought him on tour. He
Mhm.
basically did a lot of things for him. So that whole thing, I'm not gonna say anything like, okay, he lost the battle in it, but that did sting him the wrong way.
No, it stung him because it wasn't that what Kendrick did in a sense, right? He understood he went to the battle. So once you come at me, I come at you, you understand you're in the battle. What stung him, he said it, is all the people that he helped,
They jumped him.
they
They jumped him.
jumped and he's looking at like I thought y'all was, you know what I'm saying? Like be neutral, but y'all joined in against me. So that means y'all had some type of built up animosity against me in some form of fashion.
Let's be real, something right now. We're gonna say this. Let's be real. A lot of the late brothers and a lot of homeboys do not like each other a lot.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I'm
It's
sitting.
the it's the honest truth in this game. It's the
Yeah,
honest truth in this game. Let's not lie.
I didn't appreciate that. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all all gonna go at this man.
Nah, I
That's
didn't
that's
like it neither. I didn't like it neither because he made a lot of them.
yeah.
And
He
then
definitely.
even Kendrick going after him, I was like, you were
Yeah,
just disrespectful, man, because that man didn't have to bring you on his tour. You know what I'm saying? He fought to get Kendrick and J. Cole on his tour. Then after that tour, Kendrick blew up. After that tour, Cole blew up.
yeah.
Come on,
It's
man.
kind of like I don't know why we feel that we have to tear each other down like that. and I don't know what personal thing they had. Maybe it was on tour together, and Drake sunned them, and he felt disrespected, and whatever it was. Y'all, once y'all become brothers, like J. Cole backed off and said, "Look," and people were giving him flack because he said to himself, "You know what? I'm not gonna feed." I fed into it. I did. I fed into what y'all wanted me to do because y'all love this. This is all clickbaits. This is all about turning us against each other. But I'm not gonna continue it. I'm a exit out of it. Not because I'm scared. Not because people act like J. Cole's not nice. Stop. The man is nice. Stop acting like that. The man's nice. Period. So he backed out because he didn't want to go down that path that they wanted him. He felt like I didn't. If you're not gonna do it because you want to do it, as in your heart, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Nah,
And
absolutely.
I think Kim,
Absolutely.
for
But
some
my
reason,
thing with J. Cole is, I hate to say it though, my thing with J. Cole is you already jumped into the fire. I know you were trying to put it out. I
he
know he's
shouldn't
trying
have.
to put it out. But I always look at J. Cole kind of like a cannabis thing with LL.
Right,
Cannabis did not mean it to sound like that.
right.
But when L heard it, it was just done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason why when people go, why don't you ever feel? And then J. Cole did for Long Island. He did say a lot of messed up things to about Long Island artists. So
Right.
out here, we kind of have a grudge against Cole. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then he got scared to battle one of the kids that was signed over with Busta Rhymes. He never replied. And I don't care
Right.
what anybody says. You went after him live in Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dude responds to it and you don't come back. That's why
Yeah.
Cole is a little funny with me. Kendrick, yeah, that was stupid what he did with Drake, but I still gotta give him his props because that's being an MC. When
That's
did
being
LL Cool J ever back down to
oh, never.
anybody? But
Because
that's why, like with Cole in them, like understand something. You put yourself in that fire, brother. If you're supposed to be an MC, I was taught, Danny, no matter what, if you throw that blow and that homeboy feels that blow, you ain't got to take it to the streets. You got to take it to the pen.
Yeah, and see, it's like you said, it's both ways. I look at it both ways. Don't jump in the fire if you don't want to get burned, or you're not willing to set it off even more. But it takes a certain type of person. Like you're gonna get that kickback. But I think it's better for it because at the end of the day, now we need people like that. Like think about this in hip hop, probably the only two MCs that we can really look at and say that they probably never gonna make up is 50 Cent and Ja Rule.
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't
But
think
that
it's
was that was street. That wasn't
yeah,
hip hop. That was
that's
street.
able to be made up. But Kendrick and Drake, I can see 2 years down the line. This is just a battle like a Nas and Jay. It was a battle. It happened. We did what we did. People felt you got the best of me or the better of me at this time, which is just records, and it doesn't. And I got things to fall back on. You got things to fall back on, and we're
He
better
did
from it.
something weird though, Drake, that I just was like, why would he do that? He did one of the Mexican Spanish records, and he just sounds terrible.
You know what Drake is? People got it like when you come into a business the way you are, right? People we can't even get mad at him because he opens doors though, right? Now we might not agree with everything he does, but like you said, every artist that been on a song with him is being they number one records. He takes you to that spot where you're afraid to go almost. Artists are afraid to go where he go. That's why Lil Wayne said, "We take Drake and we put him on every hook, and it's a hit. We just take Drake, put him on a hook, is a hit.
But you got to remember
Look,
something too.
Rick
He's
Ross,
not
hook
from
is a hit.
he has a whole country backing him.
Canada,
Not a state, a
yep,
country. So you got to look at those numbers different than a US rapper. Cuz we got regions. He's got
yeah.
a country.
But that's what it always been like. That's in anything, right? If you got the country behind you, you do better. That's why in boxing, I hate to say it, like outside of Floyd Mayweather, who was just he found a way to do it, but most black boxers don't get the fan bases that a Mexican boxer get because They got Mexico behind them. Black boxers are displaced. If you're from Africa, then you got Africa behind you. If you're from, you know, India, you got India. Or you're from Russia, you got Russia behind you. But boxers from the United States were displaced because we're not even from here. So we really don't have a
At home, exactly.
right.
That's
So
why it's a
you have
region. You know what I'm saying? It's like a region. That's why I tell everyone. Even that's why I was shocked. I was shocked when Kendrick actually won the race because I'm like, you're telling me Canada right now isn't pushing that narrative right now for Drake to win. I'm like, that is. I look at it
but
differently because I look at it like you got a whole country back in here.
but they wanted Drake. People wanted Drake to lose.
Yeah,
That's why
absolutely.
after him. It's just like Jay-Z. People want it secretly. People don't like you to have success because they wonder, especially if they looking at you like, how is this dude, light-skinned dude, making these songs that really we don't really care for like that, but he keeps making hits.
Because you know what, too? It's a culture. I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna see if you're gonna. The culture still doesn't accept him that much,
Of
and it
course not.
showed.
It
And it
showed. It
showed
showed. It really showed.
because everybody, listen. He mentioned people in there that were supposed to be his friends, from
Yeah.
YG to Brown, and they're all up on stage with Kendrick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That
So
tells you what they really feel, and that's why I think that happened to him. I think God works in a way to humble you, right? Because maybe even Drake got started sipping his own tea, and it's hard not to. If you damn near one hit away from Michael Jackson, that's can you imagine being a DJ, which you are a DJ, and every country you go to, you pack in the venue with 100,000 people, and nobody else is doing it. How you think you're gonna be looked upon from other DJs?
I do between you, not saying that, but with me, I do understand what he goes through because I go through it. Is a jealousy marker.
It has to be.
And it
It's
drives me
impossible.
crazy because it's like what you said, we should all be unified together and work together. Like
They
I have I'm not trying to coop, but I have good accolades to prove. You know what I'm saying? My work, my body of work, people I
Mhm.
work with, things I got. I got hardware. You know what I'm saying? But
That's right.
at the end of the day, this is how I look at it, right? Give me the same respect I'm gonna give you. I'm not the type of person to ever look down on somebody. I could be the richest man in the world and not give a dang because honest to God, I look at myself like I always reflect where I came from.
Right.
I'm not one of those weirdos that I know a bunch of them, man. I'm looking at them and I go, so you're gonna act like that. But then the fan bases go with him. And I'm like, why are you guys sitting there supporting somebody that just, excuse my language, that just shits on you?
Yeah. We're in a it's the weirdest things, like you said. I mean, and you have a right. If you have accolades and all the things that you accomplished in your career as a DJ, there's nothing wrong with letting people know that you have done these things. People
Some
should
guy
not.
goes up to me. He said, you gotta humble yourself. I'm like, humble
Yeah,
myself. I'm not doing nothing.
that is. I am humble. My humbleness is that even though I did all these things, I still don't look down on you. That's what humble is.
Dude, I went
Hum-
to the hood. I went to the hood. Okay. How many
yeah,
DJs will sit there? I sit there and went to the hood, paid money, my own money. It's like, no, no, no. Here, take this right here, bro. I'm here to support you. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch everything. I'm gonna sit here. If your artists want, I'll get them on the good radio, help them out. They didn't even mention me. Didn't say two words.
yeah.
I'm on the same crew. This dude literally walks this way, looks at me, shouts, this dude out, this dude out, that dude there, that dude there. The artist comes up and the artist goes, that's the man right there. Y'all haven't done nothing. And I'm looking and I'm like, thanks. But then I'm looking at this. This is why when you said that really struck a nerve because I
Mm-hmm.
seen it.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's the way it is. It's unfortunate, but people do not. I tell people all the time, success is not what people think it is.
No, it's
Right?
not.
People think success is just like you just make this hit record, or you go on, you be a DJ and you go on this 15 city tour, spending in all the clubs and all the girls and everybody, and then everything is lovely. Everybody just loves you. No, people don't love success because it's not happening to them. And when it doesn't happen to them, they don't want it to happen to you because we have been in a crab in the barrel bucket,
Never
you know.
understood that. I have never understood that one sense. Like I have never had an ego or anything in my body. All I always tell everybody, how do you get it? Work.
Yep.
Treat it like a job. Make them calls. You don't
Hmm.
have to diss anybody. You don't have to shit on nobody. You ain't got to do all those weird things that these people do. I said, because they're not really getting respect. They're actually getting laughed at.
But you know what you do, energetic? You just keep being you. And that's enough to make people not like you.
Put the
That's
shades
it.
on for that one. Now, is that me being humble?
Yeah, that is you being humble because, like you just said, why do people take, you could tell a girl, perfect example, you could tell a girl, like, listen, I love your hair. I love the dress you got on. Shoes are beautiful. The way your attitude, the way you talk, every 10 compliments. And they go, it's just that sometimes you do, you know, so that's what it is. That's also you did. That's how it is. So by you being you, people don't like the fact that you have 10 things that they can give you a compliment on, but there's just one thing they can't. And that's the one thing they can't is that they don't want to see you above them.
All you have to do is the footwork. How hard is it?
It's hard because it takes.
You see clubs, right? You see a club, right? All right, this is how I
Mhm.
look at it. You're going for a job, correct?
Mhm.
You're putting in your application in all the time. That's what we call it. Call it a job. Let's be real, people. We're gonna call music a job. I know you're gonna be like,
Yes,
what are you talking about? No, really, it's a job.
the job.
You go and do your research. You find out where this person is in this position in this office, right?
Hmm.
You can't make a back in this our day, you really can't make a call and be like, hey, can I speak to such and such and such? Because you know what they're gonna do? Hey, blah, blah, blah. No. Yeah, he's not in the office right now. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll tell him to leave a message. Boom. You have to go and figure out the events that they were at. Sit there, or what my boys did, they sung in front of labels.
Yep. But that's a whole, like you said, that's the work ethic, right? Of what we had to do to get to artists. Like I used to go to all the shows, and if they said this person's gonna be there, I'm buying the DJ drinks. I'm sitting there, and I'm not saying play my record just because I bought your drink. I'm just showing that I have something that I want you to play for people, but I'm also willing to do the work.
Best
And
thing that you can do for a DJ is to show your gratitude. That's
yeah,
it.
sure. And all the time I tell people, like all the DJs that I speak to, I'll be like, yo, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You're like, nah, man, the record is hot, man. We playing it. Doesn't matter. You still playing it. I appreciate it. I don't care if you played it because it's the hottest record in the world to you, or it's a record that you said, you know what? I'm gonna play it just to see what my audience think about it. Doesn't matter why. I appreciate it. And if people appreciate each other more about, that somebody don't have to do something, you're not obligated to do something for somebody. Stop feeling, privileged and that people have to do something,
Nope.
except that life is not, that way. You're gonna always be a better person. You're gonna be humble. But if you feel like privilege and you gotta have it, and this person should have played it, why DJ this person or that person didn't play it? No, you can't do it. Energetic gonna play what he likes, and if he does, you appreciate it. That's it.
Exactly. But like I give the young guys a step. The first thing they say to me is, yo, man, I'm the hottest. I said, whoa,
Mm.
you're not the hottest. Why? Because I didn't hear from him. I didn't hear from him, and I didn't hear from him.
Mm-mm. First of all, you can't go and say you're the highest or something. Like Jordan said, I never say I'm the best.
Nope.
Y'all said I'm the best. I just work hard and put up numbers.
Unless you're LeBron, you're crazy.
Yeah, LeBron said I'm still like, come on, LeBron. Now that's not
They
for you
hyped
to.
him up though. You can't say anything because Jordan was. Everybody gets it confused with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, they thought he was gonna be a bust. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
They never thought he was gonna be that great. They thought he was a small shooting guard.
Yeah.
LeBron came out with the crown on his head, and
Yep.
he delivered. Let's be
No,
real. He
but
delivered.
I still don't like you saying it because when you say it, it takes away from the situation. And I know you're great. You know you're great, right? But you don't have to say I'm the GOAT.
No,
Yeah,
that's
now,
crazy. That's just
yeah, now
crazy. When I heard that, I was like, he's a little too
no,
cocky.
that's too cocky, yo. I'm the GOAT. You could say, yo, I think I'm one of the best ever.
Yeah, and then you're gonna ask him and go, you know what? Why don't we see if we can resurrect Will Chamberlain from the dead, like really Will Chamberlain from the dead? Let's see if you can play against that.
Yeah, nah, come on. You said when he said that, come on, Brian. I understand because you got caught in the moment, you know. But Jordan
Listen,
never.
let's be real though. And one thing I could say though, I wish he didn't say it. He could have been more humble on that game 7 because that team Golden State and that block he did.
Yeah,
But LeBron James, I would have said, you didn't make the score, you didn't make the shot.
yeah.
Your boy
Kyrie.
made the shot.
Yeah, but he didn't. The block he made is a great block. But let's not act like what's the name didn't made him double pump, and that's why he was able to block it. Because if
Yeah.
it wasn't for J.R. Smith
Smith, yep.
slowing what's the name down and made
Yes.
him have to double pump it, it would have been in. He would have never had a chance to block it. So
But
you get credit for the block, and Draymond Green. We all know he messed that whole series up.
yeah, getting thrown out.
Yeah, they should have never suspended Draymond Green. Come on, yeah. Listen, guys.
They wanted the
LeBron.
Cavaliers to win their first.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
and it was a bad move, but and then for them to say that team, Golden State, would have never, if they didn't get Kevin Durant, they would have never beat LeBron and them. They had them down 3-1. So how could you say a team can never beat somebody if they were down 3-1? That doesn't make any sense.
They
You
would
could
try to
say,
say they're not closers because then it would say, what about Durant and Durant against Curry? And then they couldn't sit there and they couldn't close the series out. You know how it always
yep.
goes.
Remember what they said about Curry? Oh, he's not a closer. He's this. He didn't get an MVP, which he deserved the MVP in that year, 2015-16. They gave it to Iguodala. Is embarrassing. They would have never did that to any other player in history of sports.
Exactly. See, I like that. I like your sports.
Oh yes, I'm a sports fanatic, man. Um,
Same here.
so I want to say just before I gotta go.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Everybody to know all the young MCs, artists, talent that's coming up in this industry. Keep doing what you're doing. Be humble, like me and DJ Energetic is talking about. Be humble, but also know your worth. I just want to thank DJ Energetic for having me on. I really appreciate that, man.
Bro,
That's
it was
love.
my honor to have somebody on with that type of, you know what I'm saying? Gratitude to the game and legendary status in the game.
I appreciate you, brother, but I also appreciate you, man. I tell people all the time, I never let nothing go to my head, other than maybe some little drink.
Henny.
Oh, like I said, She Be Freaking is the new single. It'll be out in 2 weeks on all streaming platforms. You can check me out on all the social medias at Sick Lyrical Damager. Everyone, Sick Lyrical Damager, from TikTok to Instagram. Come follow me. Check out the stuff that I've been doing, and I'm gonna be around for a little while longer, baby.
You already know, man. DJ Energetic and that boy, Sick Lyrical Damager. Love
My
that
man.
name. Love that
Appreciate
name. And thank
I'ma
you so
follow
much
you,
for being on the show, my brother.
Thank you. What you on Instagram so I can follow you?
DJ Energetic. That's it. Just DJ Energetic. Mr. Worldwide.
Follow and I'll follow you back, man. Let's stay in touch, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Now stay on here.